Hey guys, welcome back. In this session, I will show you that how we can record an audio or your own voice and then save it to document directory. There are several questions and queries being raised by many users on net regarding accessing or playing an audio from document directory. In my earlier videos, I taught you to play an audio from the app bundle. Now in this, I will try to play recorded audio from the document directory. And in this same video, we will also learn to send email with an attachment, and here we will going to attach our recorded audio. I already created an sample app for you guys. So today I have decided instead of wasting a time while writing a code, I will going to pretend myself as your guider and walk through my code written in the sample app line by line. If you have any queries and feedback, please don't forget to comment on this video. It will be my pleasure to answer your questions. Okay, so get ready for the code tour. So here on my screen, you can see one sample app which I have created, and in this I have added three buttons in the storyboard and aligned it vertically. To add button, please go to the object library. Please click it here. Yeah, this is our object library, and search for the button and drag over the controller like this. After that, you can customize button appearance from the attribute inspector, and here we can do that. This is our attribute inspector. As per your app theme and requirement, you can customize it, and these buttons are named it as record, play, and on the click of our record button, we're going to record our voice, and then that recorded audio will get saved to the document directory. And then we will going to play that recorded saved audio from document directory just by clicking this play button. And then by clicking the email button, we can email that recorded audio as an attachment. Now we are done with the UI part. We will going to open assistant editor so that we can create IB outlets and IB actions for all these three buttons. Before creating IB outlets and IB actions, please make sure that the storyboard scene or a view controller must be assigned with UI view controller class. To check whether the class were assigned or not, go to identity inspector, and here you see that the custom class should not be empty. It must have custom class here. So in our case, I have assigned view controller, that is the default class when we create our project. Now we are ready to move on assistant editor, and to open an assistant editor panel, you need to click on this button. So it will going to open that. Okay. If you are not seeing that assigned custom class on not seeing any the custom class in this panel, then from here you can manually select that class, like we are selecting view controller from here. Now we're going to create an IB outlet. So here you can see that in my custom class I have already created an IB outlet. So we need an IB outlet for play button and record button. So I have created, and to create this IB outlet, you need to just click on this button and then press Control key and then drag to that controller. Okay, so this will going to open this form, and then as per your requirement, if you need an outlet, then you need to select the connection outlet from here, and for an action you need to select this action. Okay, and then you need to give the name. Okay, so then on the click of connect, it will going to create an IB outlet for you guys. So now we will going to hide this panel. Now we will, so so now I can see that we created an AVPlayer for these. And the similar way, what we're going to do, we will see that what actions we have created. For this, we're going to create an IB action. Let's see that what IB action I have created. So here you can see that when I press on record button, the record get initiated by using this method. And you must be thinking that from where we are getting this record. So you need to declare, you need to use these files. So take care that in this custom class you must import AV foundation for recording an audio or for playing an audio. Okay. And one more thing, for every record we need a session. So for this we are going to use this AV audio session class. So I have created an instance for all these three classes. And for AV audio recorder, we are going to make use of their delegate. So to use their delegate, you need to inherit the delegate by using this class. So we are going to use these protocols. Now here I have given the name. I have just fixed the name of my file. So we are recording our file and saving it to a document directory by this name, and with this name only we are going to access, and then we're going to mail that too also. Please create a start audio session method first. In this method we're going to create an instance of a record session, and this record session must be required for recording or playing an audio. For what reason we are creating a session? So for that we are going to set its category here, and then we will going to make this record session as an active by using this method. Okay, so here we have used session category play and record. Okay, and now we going to request for a record permission. If you haven't asked for an permission, if you haven't given a permission, then by using this we it will going to ask for an permission to start the session. And so this is how, and here we are using our dispatch queue, and in that dispatch queue we will going to call, if it is allowed, if we allowed the record session to be start, then we will going to call this method. Now we are ready with the session part. Now our next step is to uh, create a setup for our recorder. And for creating an instance of record, we need we need we will need to use this AV audio recorder constructor, and here we are going to pass the get file URL and its settings. And the settings will going to have AV format ID key, K audio format Apple lossless. It can have any constant. So here we are going to make use of this constant. And then we need an audio quality key. So we will going to make our audio quality at the max range. So we are going to make use of AV audio quality, and then max, and then its raw value. Okay. In the similar way, we are going to set its bit rate. So here I will going to set as 3,20,000 as a bit rate, and then the number of channels will be 2, and the sample rate key is 44,100. So please take care of this record settings before creating any instance of audio recorder. Now we created our audio recorder instance. Now we're going to uh, we'll set its delegate because we want to use their delegate in this class. So please set delegate equals to self, and then now we are ready with recording. So we will going to call this method prepare to record. Okay. And one more thing that we need to do, that while recording, when we press on record button, we should not allow a user to click on play button. So to do that, I have set is enabled equals to false here. So this is how we are setting up our recorder. So please create this method and call this method in this if we have allowed to record our session. Now we are going to uh, create one more method to get the directory path. So please take care that don't use an as search library to get the path of your document or your audio, because it creates some issue, and with that only due to that only we are not able to play our audio records that are stored in the document directory. So by using this, now we are able to access that audio file, and we can play that audio. So here we will going to make use of file manager class and file manager dot default, and then file manager dot url. Then we're going to pass this parameter, that dot documenter direct document directory, and then the user domain mask. Here it is. And now we are returning back our directory url, and from here we are going to create our we are going to append file name with the directory, and then we will are ready with our final url or a final path. Now on the click of record button, we want few things that should be happen on the UI side as well as on the code side. So one thing that we want, that when we click on record button, the record button title should be changed to the stop, and the play button should be disabled. So what I have did, if I have checked whether I have checked the title label of this button. If the button title is record is equals to record, then we will going to call this record method, and then we're going to change its title to stop, and then the play button is going to be disabled. So in the reverse order, if the record title is stop, and if we press at that time, then what we need to do, that we need to stop our recording, and then we need to change its title back to the record one. Now we are going to create an IB action for playing recorded audio. And so we already know that how we can create an IB action for this. So in the similar way, we're going to check its title, whether it's play or it's stop. So here we're going to change its title. If we click on the play button and the record button is enabled equals to false, now we will not allow a user to record. Okay. And we have called here, so you may be noticing that we are using a prepare player method here. And why we are using, we want to because we have created an instance for voice recorder, but we didn't set up, or we didn't created any instance for an audio player. So here we are going to do that. So audio player, AV audio player contents of, and then we are call get file URL. So here it will going to pass the full URL of audio, and then we're going to set its delegate, and then we'll call its prepare to play method, and then we're going to set its volume 1. Okay, so this is how we are going to create our audio player. uh, then we will call this, and then we're going to play our audio, so it will going to play that audio for us. If it is not a play, then we will going to stop our audio, and then we're going to set its title back to the play. And now here we have used two delegates. Okay, and if then audio record is finished, then what we want that the play button should be enabled. So by using this delegate, we are going to enable our play button. And in the similar way, if the audio player is finished, if our audio get finished, then we need to enable our record button, and then we're going to set our play button as a play. So this is how you can do that. And this is how our record and play is working. Now we have our audio recorded, and that is saved in the document directory. Now we're going to use that to send an email as an attachment. So I have created an IB actions for the email button. If I click on this email button, it will going to call this mail and execute this piece of code. So first of all, we're going to check whether the mail composer view controller, that here we are going to open our composer. But in simulator or in some devices, if your mail is not set up, then this composer will not going to get popped up. So first of all, we need to check whether we can send a mail or not. Using this method, we can check it. Okay, and if we can send it, then we're going to create mf mail compose view controller instance. And one more thing, before sending a mail, you need to import this class message UI. Okay, so this is it. And now we're going to set its delegate to itself, and then mail composer dot subject. It's not necessary. If you want to set through a code, then you can do it, because composer already gives us an fields to set its subject, to set its message body, so we can do that also. And we can set its recipients. Okay, now this is what we are looking for in the mail. And here you can see that I have created an file data from the content path. So it will create a file data, and then we are going to send this file data, going to attach this file data as an attachment to the mail composer. And here we need to take care that we should set its meme type. So please search for the meme type from the internet, that what is the meme type of an audio that you are attaching. Like if you are attaching an mp4, then you need to check that what is the meme type of that format. So we are sending an M4A format, so this meme type is used. And then we are giving the name of that file. Okay, and then we going by calling this method, we are presenting our mail composer. So in this present I have passed our mail composer instance, so and then animated is set is as true. Okay, and now we want that when we send a mail and mail is sent, then we need to we want our composer to be dismissed, and to do that we have used its delegate. So please use this protocol to call its delegate to. Okay, so this delegate is used here, and then we passed then we use this piece of code to dismiss our mail composer. So in this way you can do that. Now we will see that how this functionality is actually working on our device. Okay, it will not going to work, it will going to record the our own voice, and it will going to record an audio and play an audio on the simulator, but it will not send an email. So for that you need to use your own device. It will work, I have tested it several times, so please make sure. And one more thing that we need to take care of, uh, because while recording your audio record, you need a mic, and to use a mic you need a permission. So for that you need to set one constant in the info. So how you can do that? Yeah, so this thing you need to be take care of. Okay, so please add this key to our info playlist, microphone usage description, and please type the description that for what purpose you are using it. Okay, so this is how you can record your audio, you can play your audio, and you can mail an audio.